I was cleaning out my father's study when I found the letter. He'd been dead for 3 weeks. Mom asked me to help sort his papers, the bills, the documents, the decades of accumulated life admin that nobody wants to deal with after a funeral. I was going through his filing cabinet when I saw the folder labeled Amanda, College. I pulled it out. Inside were my high school transcripts, SAT scores, recommendation letters, and underneath all of that, an envelope from Northwestern University, dated March 2008. I opened it with shaking hands. Dear Miss Hurt, congratulations. We are pleased to offer you admission to Northwestern University's class of 2012, along with a full academic scholarship covering tuition, room, and board. I read it 3 times. I never got this letter. I never knew about this scholarship. I never went to Northwestern because my father told me I didn't get in. And my sister Lauren, who applied to Northwestern the same year with worse grades and lower test scores, got in without a scholarship, with our parents paying full tuition. $58,000 a year for 4 years. $232,000 for Lauren, while I went to community college because we couldn't afford to send us both to university. I sat on my father's office floor holding a 17-year-old acceptance letter and felt my entire past rearrange itself. Let me give you the context. I'm the oldest of 2, the smart one, the one who got straight A's, won academic competitions, tutored other kids for extra money. Lauren was 2 years younger, popular, social, decent grades, but nothing exceptional. She wanted to go to a big school with a great social scene. I wanted to go anywhere that would give me a world-class education. Senior year, I applied to 8 schools. Northwestern was my dream. I had the grades: 4.0 GPA, 1520 SAT, valedictorian, president of 3 clubs. My guidance counselor said I was a shoo-in for scholarships. I waited for acceptance letters like everyone else. In March 2008, my father came home from work and found me in the kitchen. "He need to talk to you about college," he said. My heart jumped. Did Northwestern send something? He nodded slowly. "You didn't get in, honey. I'm sorry." I felt like I'd been punched. "What? Are you sure?" He checked the mail today. It was a rejection letter. "Can I see it?" He threw it out. "I didn't think you'd want to keep it." I cried for 2 days. Then I applied to state schools, got accepted, but we couldn't afford the out-of-state tuition. My father sat me down and explained that with Lauren going to college too, money was tight. He suggested community college for 2 years, then transfer. "It's the smart financial choice," he said. "You're practical, Amanda. You understand." So I went to community college, lived at home, worked part-time, saved money, watched Lauren go to Northwestern that fall, my dream school, and post pictures of campus, football games, her dorm room, her new friends. I told myself it was fine. Community college was fine. I'd transfer. I'd still get my degree. What I didn't know was that my father had lied. I did get in, with a full scholarship, and he hid it from me. I sat in that office for an hour, holding the letter. Then I started digging deeper. More folders, more documents, financial aid forms filled out but never submitted, scholarship applications completed in my handwriting, never mailed. A folder labeled Lauren, Northwestern, with every tuition bill, every payment receipt, every expense report from 4 years of private university. $232,000. I found emails, printed out and filed, from Northwestern's admissions office asking for my enrollment confirmation, from the financial aid office asking for banking information to process my scholarship, all sent to my father's email, none forwarded to me. And then I found the note, handwritten on a yellow Post-it stuck to the inside of the folder. "Lauren needs this more. Amanda will be fine either way, in my father's handwriting. I took photos of everything, every document, every email, every receipt. I packed them all into a box, and I went downstairs to where my mother and Lauren were sorting through clothes in the living room. "Did you know?" I asked. They both looked up. My mother frowned. "Know what, honey?" I dropped the box on the coffee table. That I got into Northwestern with a full scholarship, and Dad hid it from me. The color drained from her face. Lauren's eyes went wide. "What are you talking about?" I pulled out the acceptance letter, handed it to her. "Read it." She did. Her hands started shaking. I don't understand," she whispered. "Dad told me I didn't get in." My voice was calm, too calm. He threw out my acceptance letter, or so he said. He told me we couldn't afford to send us both to university. So I went to community college while you went to my dream school, the school that offered me a free ride. My mother stood up. "Amanda, let me explain. Did you know?" I repeated. She hesitated. That half-second of silence told me everything. "You knew." "It wasn't like that. You knew." My voice cracked. "You both decided that Lauren deserved Northwestern more than I did, that she needed it more. So you stole my acceptance letter and spent $250,000 on her education while I worked night shifts at Target to pay for community college classes." Lauren was crying now. "Amanda, I swear I didn't know. Didn't you wonder why I didn't get in, with my grades, my test scores?" I looked at her. "Didn't you think about it at all?" She opened her mouth, closed it. "You didn't think about it at all," I said quietly, "because it worked out for you. So why question it?" I left, took the box with me, drove to a hotel, sat in another generic room and tried to process what I'd discovered. My father sabotaged my education. My mother helped him, and my sister benefited without asking questions. For 17 years, I thought I wasn't good enough for Northwestern. I thought my backup plan was all I deserved. I watched Lauren get opportunities I dreamed of and told myself it was fair, it was random, it was just how things worked out. But it wasn't random. It was deliberate. They chose her over me. The next morning, I called a lawyer. Different one than before. This was Patricia's partner, a man named Richard who specialized in educational fraud and family law. "Can I sue them?" I asked. He read through the documents I'd scanned and emailed. "It's complicated. Your father is deceased, which limits options, but there's a case for intentional interference with educational opportunity. The bigger question is, what do you want to achieve?" "I want them to admit what they did." "Admission isn't a legal remedy." "Then what is?" He thought for a moment. The scholarship was worth approximately $232,000 over 4 years. You can make a claim against your father's estate for that amount, arguing you were fraudulently denied an opportunity that would have prevented educational debt and increased earning potential. "I don't have educational debt. I worked my way through state school after community college." "But you lost opportunities, connections, the Northwestern network, starting salary differentials, career advancement." He pulled up some data. Northwestern graduates in your field earn, on average, 23% more in their first decade than state school graduates. Over your career so far, that's a quantifiable loss. I did the math in my head. The number made me dizzy. "File the claim," I said. The estate claim took 4 months to process. My mother fought it, hired her own lawyer, argued that my father's decisions were parental discretion and that I'd done fine anyway. Richard countered with the emails, the hidden documents, the evidence of deliberate deception. The post-it note that said, "Amanda will be fine either way." This wasn't discretion, Richard argued in the hearing. This was fraud. Mr. Hurt actively intercepted university correspondence, concealed a full scholarship, and misrepresented her daughter's college options to benefit her younger daughter financially. The judge asked my mother directly, "Did you know about the Northwestern acceptance?" She hesitated. Then, "Yes." "Did you inform your daughter?" "No." "Why not?" My mother's lawyer objected. The judge overruled. "We thought Lauren needed it more," my mother said quietly. "Amanda was always so independent, so capable. We knew she'd succeed anywhere. Lauren needed the structure, the opportunity. We made a choice as parents. You made a choice to deceive your daughter and deprive her of a $250,000 scholarship. We did what we thought was best for both our children." The judge looked at me. "Miss Hurt, what are you seeking?" "Recognition of the financial loss and emotional damage, and a public acknowledgement of what was done." He awarded me $175,000 from the estate, not the full amount I could have claimed, but enough to make the point. My mother would have to sell the house to pay it. Lauren called me the day the judgment came through. "I never asked them to do that," she said. She was crying. "I swear, Amanda, I didn't know. If I'd known—" "What would you have done?" I asked. Silence. "If you'd found out senior year that I got into Northwestern with a full ride and you got in without one, and Mom and Dad hid my acceptance so you could go instead, what would you have done?" "I would have told you." "Would you?" I wasn't angry, just tired. "Or would you have told yourself it was their decision, that they must have had good reasons, that I'd be fine anyway?" She didn't answer. "I'm not mad at you for going to Northwestern. I'm mad that you never questioned why I didn't, that you never thought it was weird, that you took the opportunity and never looked back. I'm so sorry, Amanda." I know, and I did believe her. But sorry doesn't give me back those 4 years. Sorry doesn't give me back the connections I didn't make, the professors I didn't study with, the version of my life I was supposed to have. What can I do? "Nothing," I said gently. "There's nothing you can do. Just live with knowing what it cost me. That's all." I hung up. My mother sold the house 6 months later. She moved into a small condo, stopped speaking to me entirely. At the estate sale, I bought back one thing, a photo of me at high school graduation, holding my valedictorian medal. In the picture, I'm smiling. I'm 17, confident, sure that the world is full of possibilities. I keep it on my desk now, a reminder of the girl who deserved better. I took the settlement money and did something my father never expected. I went back to school, applied to graduate programs, got accepted to Northwestern's Kellogg School of Management for an executive MBA. Full circle, 17 years late. I'm finishing my degree this year, top of my class. I have job offers from 3 Fortune 500 companies. I'm rebuilding the future that was stolen from me. Lauren and I text occasionally. Awkward small talk. She's a social worker now. Ironic, given everything. She's in therapy, working through guilt. I told her I hope it helps. I don't hate her. I don't hate my mother. Hate takes energy I don't have. But I don't forgive them either. Forgiveness feels like permission, and I'm not giving them that. What they did wasn't a mistake. It was a choice, a calculated decision to sacrifice my future for Lauren's comfort. And they thought I'd never find out. But I did, and I made them pay. Not just in money, in truth, in the permanent record of what they did. My father's legacy isn't the business he built or the family he raised. It's the daughter he betrayed. That's what people will remember. And my legacy? It's not the scholarship I lost. It's the life I built anyway, in spite of them, because of my own resilience. They tried to limit me, to decide what I deserved. But I'm finishing my MBA at Northwestern. Their deception didn't stop me. It just delayed me. And now, I'm unstoppable. So here's my question for you. If you discovered a parent had sabotaged your future to benefit a sibling, would you pursue legal action or would you walk away?